So in the last episode, we talked about just how much Journey knocked it out of the park with album number 4, Infinity. That album was a career-changing moment for the band that really changed their trajectory and really established them as an amazing rock band. So, how do things change with album number 5? Welcome back to Pixel Positive Music, and this is episode 5 of our 13-part series where we explore the history of the band Journey, one album at a time. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button below so that you can be notified whenever we put new videos out. Pixel Positive Music is all about creating a fun and positive community where we can just talk about the music that we love and just have fun doing it. So, let's get to it. So, album 5, Evolution, is, I think, in a lot of ways, a continuation of the sound that the band established in Infinity. I think a big difference here is that Infinity felt like it tied a bit more into their progressive roots. We had tracks like Wheel in the Sky and Winds of March that really had some progressive undertones. This album ties a little bit more into the band's more bluesy or jazzier sound. I think that's most notable with hit single Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'. Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin' is an excellent track. It's a live staple. It's a radio hit. This is another song that a lot of people know. The song is great because it's just so catchy and it has a lot of opportunity for audience interaction. The na 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 section. I think the band probably knew that. They were trying to probably write that as an audience piece, something the audience can interact with, which just shows how much this band has changed from those first 3 albums. They are a live band. They are this is kind of when they start moving more towards being an arena rock band. This is them riding the success of Infinity, and I think in a lot of ways it is a continuation. I do think that overall this album kind of falls back a little bit in terms of quality. That's just my personal opinion, of course. I know a lot of people do love this album. I do think it's a good album. After how incredible Infinity is, I think this one just kind of misses the mark a little bit. We still get some really great tracks here, though. So for the lineup, we've got Steve Perry, Neil Schon, Greg Raleigh, Ross Valerie, and on drums, for the first time, we have Steve Smith. Ainsley Dunbar left, and we now have Steve Smith, who would stay with the band for several albums and rejoin at various times after leaving a couple times. So I think that something notable about Evolution is that it really, I think, expands Steve Perry's role as the frontman of this band. Greg Raleigh takes, I think, even more of a backseat vocally. He's not as present on the tracks as he was in Infinity, or especially before Steve Perry's joining the band. But he's not absent. I mean, his keyboard playing is incredible. His piano work is incredible, as always. So, for some notable tracks, there are a few. We get Majestic as the opener here. And I think this actually kind of bucks the trend of the band having these really, hit singles or really, powerhouse songs as the opening tracks. Majestic is just a nice instrumental track, and it is a track that sticks because the band has used it many times to open their live performances, but it's just a nice instrumental track that leads right into Too Late, which is a really good song. It's a great rocking track. It helps set the tone of this album. This is more straightforward rock compared to Infinity. I think overall it just really establishes this album as having a more grounded sound compared to what we got before. And then some other notable tracks. We get Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin', which I already talked about. Sweet and Simple is just a nice, beautiful ballad from Steve Perry. It really shows off how incredible his vocal range is. And, I mean, this whole album, like many albums of this era for the band, really show off Steve Perry's his vocal chops. And then one of the other notable tracks that I put down for this one This is actually one of my favorite Journey tracks. I talked last episode about Raleigh and Perry duetting and how you're going to hear about it again in a couple episodes. And yeah, here it is again. Just the Same Way is such a phenomenal song. It is a duet between Greg Raleigh and Steve Perry. It's one of the last major duets. They do sing together on Departure as well, the next album. But this one, I think, really stuck. It's a popular track among fans. It's well known among the fans, not really well known among the casual listeners, but Greg Raleigh opens the track, and then when Steve Perry comes in, you almost get chills. I got chills when I heard this song live on the Captured album. I listened to that too because it's such a great live performance of this album. And Raleigh comes in with his like rougher, like bluesier vocal style, and then Perry comes in with these like crystal clear high vocals that just perfectly contrast with what Raleigh's doing, and it's perfect. It works so well. And like I said in the last episode, it is a shame that we lost this kind of music when Greg Raleigh left the band. These duets are some of Journey's best songs. They just work so exceptionally well. Now, this song did not completely leave the set. This song has been performed live throughout the years, with Jonathan Cain taking Greg Raleigh's part, and then Steve Algieri, or later Arnel Pineda even, taking Steve Perry's part. So, I mean, this song has stuck around a little bit. In the last episode, I also pointed to Neil Sean's side band, Journey Through Time, that he did a few years ago. Definitely check out their performance of this song. It's very, very good. And then the other notable track that I have down is City of the Angels. City of the Angels almost feels like this album's Lights. Lights was about San Francisco, and City of the Angels feels like it's about LA. Steve Perry was from LA, and obviously, we know Los Angeles, Angels, it works. And this song almost feels like a companion piece to Lights. It doesn't sound completely similar, but you can definitely make the connection if you listen to the songs back to back, which notably my local radio station, KC95 in St. Louis, plays Lights and City of the Angels back to back. Every time they play Lights, they play City of the Angels right after it, which is pretty cool. Maybe that's why I made the connection, because I'm so used to hearing it that way. But yeah, I think overall Evolution is a good album. It's not one of my favorites from the band. I think if we had gotten it before Infinity, I would probably have been a little bit more positive on it. Infinity was just such an incredible album, in my opinion. That following it up with Evolution was a bit of a step back. Not a bad thing at all. It's just changed, just a big change for the band in terms of sound. Infinity was a great blending of their progressive sound and their more contemporary sound. This album is it drops more of those progressive elements and goes more towards like a bluesier sound and a more grounded sound. It works. Like I said, it's a good album. So what do you guys think of Journey's fifth album, Evolution? Do you think it's better than Infinity? Do you think it was a bit of a misstep? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. I'm very thankful for all the support I've gotten on the channel. If you guys have not, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying really hard to build a great community where we can just have fun talking about the music that we love. And subscribing allows you to be more aware whenever I post new content. We're moving right along here in our series covering Journey, culminating in their new album, Freedom. So we will have another episode up in a couple days covering Departure, and then we get into the heavy hitters. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking about it. I'm really looking forward to it. So until next time, guys.